So it's been an exciting 5 days for me, honestly, because I have actually never had a better smartphone in my hands in terms of display qualities, processing power, and most impressively, camera capabilities. I'm talking about this phone right here, the Realme GT7 Pro. Now, this phone is a first in many ways. Number one, it's actually the first phone that came with the recently released Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset, the most powerful processor in any Android smartphone right now. The second first is that it has one of the biggest, if not the biggest battery you ever see in a smartphone, about 6,500 mAh battery right inside this phone. And of course, the third one, happily, is among the very few flagship phones that still ship with all the complete accessories in the box. Samsung and Apple just left the group chat. But let's talk about the build of this phone, the design, the finishing and everything about it. I've got with me here the matte orange color. It has a matte finishing, a glass finishing at the rest, so there are no fingerprint smudges and all of that. Then if you look quite closely, you see this panda design, I don't know, that just kind of like adds to the premium finishing of this phone. The frame is made of aluminum and is very flat, making it super comfy when you hold it. I have enjoyed using this phone almost everywhere I go, mostly outdoors. Thanks to the 2000 nits it can get at high brightness mode and the 6500 nits it gets at peak brightness. It's a 6.78 inches LTPO AMOLED display that supports 120Hz refresh rate and 1.5K resolution, making it pretty smooth when you are scrolling through the phone or going through just surfing the phone. It also supports HDR10 plus content, Dolby Vision, 1 billion colors. So whether I was watching videos on YouTube, which I'm always doing, or Netflix when I'm relaxing, or any of the signed in social media applications I have on this phone, the experience, amazing. And also, I mean, these stereo speakers, they are the best I have heard in any smartphone. The front glass of this phone is also protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 7i, and also it is IP69 rated, meaning it can survive underwater for up to 30 minutes. It actually comes with a function in the cameras that specifically is designed for taking pictures underwater. We're going to talk more about that later. And also, I mean, this ultrasonic under-display fingerprint scanner, it is super fast. Now, have I mentioned the price of this phone? Of course, I haven't. It's about $700 for the base version that comes with 12 gigs of expandable RAM and 256 gigs of internal storage that, you can't expand. Now, like I mentioned earlier, it supports the Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset, and I can tell you with some level of certainty that this is the cheapest smartphone you're going to see with that chipset. The Antutu, Geekbench, and Wildlife Extreme tests are carried out where the values for the scores were extremely high, as you would expect of this smartphone. I actually downloaded lots of games right here, PUBG, Call of Duty Mobile, Asphalt 9, and as expected, the experience playing those games on this phone were practically new and very great. For example, CODM ran at ultra frame rate with medium graphics, or you can max out the frame rate and play at, say, high graphics. But the fact is, you get up to about 125 frames per second for CODM, and that was a whole new experience altogether. But something we noticed is how much it heats up when you are playing game extensively on it. Even when I was running those Antutu tests and all of it, you practically see the phone going so hot that for a moment the phone disables some of the apps and settings and all of that. I think I made a screen recording as you're seeing right now, which is, I would say, really concerning, because even though this phone is quite affordable, many people who would want to get it are those who will use it to that kind of extreme, play games with it, extreme for a very long time and all of that. And yeah, they may get to have to deal with that overheating. But since I didn't really test it to that extreme myself, I discovered that there is also what is called a performance boost mode that kind of like activates the internal cooling mechanism that comes with this phone. So that is one thing you want to make sure you turn on. It definitely will help to compensate for the high temperatures and just keep the phone at very good temperature. And since we are still talking about what I was really concerned with this phone, it doesn't have electronic SIM. Now, let's talk about my software experience since I have been using this phone. I would say, yeah, it's been great. Though the UI is somewhat new to me because this is my first Realme phone I will ever get to use. But then it feels good to actually experience Android 15 on a smartphone. The app interface looks really clean and they open very fast thanks to the 12 gigs of RAM that it has. I also read that this phone will be coming with 3 major OS updates, which I feel is small. I mean, considering the chipset that is coming with, we should be getting like 12 major OS updates, honestly. Charging is also very fast. When I tested it, I got full charge from like 5% to 100% in less than 48 minutes or thereabout using the massive 120 watts charger that you get in the box of this phone. And the battery usage, very, very good. I got like 9 hours screen on time before it got to like 20%, which is pretty impressive. And that takes me to the most exciting part of this phone for me that has got me and my friend here in the studio going wow, wow, wow every single time. The cameras. Honestly, they are very good. It has a triple camera configuration that consists of a 50 megapixel main Sony IMX906 camera with optical image stabilization, and also a 50 megapixel Sony IMX882 periscopic portrait camera, and lastly an 8 megapixel Sony IMX355 ultra wide camera. Now let's start with the pictures taken by the main and telephoto lens. Some really majestic shots with lots of details, colors, sharpness, and depth. The skin tones are the closest I have seen to what it is in real life, and edge detection is pretty close to perfection. Ultra-wide shots still retain lots of details and sharpness. Now, in this particular case, I used the whole 4 zoom levels, and as you can see, all the outputs are amazing. Videos can go as high as 4K 60 frames per second and 8K 30 frames per second, giving you this super crispy, clear video quality with excellent colors. This is a video of me testing out the optical image stabilization, and even though I was like working pretty fast, you can't tell because of how stable the footage looks. There is also these extra camera functionalities. Most notable for me is the underwater mode. That means the phone can easily detect when you are underwater and switch to that mode automatically to just help you take better shots. And because, like I said before, it's IP69 rated, yeah, you can spend 30 minutes underwater just making videos or taking pictures as you like. Now, let me tell you the best parts of this camera. AI. Yeah, there are lots of AI functionalities in this phone that just makes using this camera to take pictures, or after you have taken them, a lot of things you can do with it. In the gallery app, for example, there are 3 AI functions. The regular one that we know, AI Magic Eraser, the AI Ultra Clarity, that just can help improve the quality of your pictures. Even after you have taken them and they look really sharp, you can make them better. And then if you take a picture and some part of it is blurred, you want to unblur it, there's also the part that can help to unblur that part of the picture using AI. Now, on the flip side, like I said, is the 16 megapixel selfie camera, which I feel like it kind of like fell short for me, honestly. It didn't really wow me with its output like the back cameras did. Yeah, still great, as you can see in these selfies with 2 and all of that, but honestly, considering the fact that selfies are like the pictures you take every single time the most, I feel it should be better. Videos with the front camera is capped at 1080p 60 frames per second, so no 4K, no 8K. So in a nutshell, what do I think about this beast of a phone, the Realme GT7 Pro? I feel like it is the best phone you can get with, say, a $700 budget right now. It gives you the best in terms of processing, the best in terms of cameras, display, build quality, everything checks the box. For me, this phone has to be the best when it comes to balancing cost with quality, what you get and what you have to pay for it. Now that's something you don't get with most phones today. Once again, Apple and Samsung, they left a good chat. So what is your thought? Would you be getting this phone? Make sure you use the link below to get it. And of course, that's what I think about it. Quite an exciting phone, you can tell from the grin on my face. I will catch you in my next video. Make sure you subscribe.